She walked onto the stage barefoot, her clothes worn and faded, her hands trembling as she held the microphone. The crowd was silent, unsure of what to expect. The judges exchanged doubtful glances. Nobody knew her name. All they knew was what she had whispered to the stage manager moments before: "I've never sung in front of a crowd like this, but I want to try." Her story began on the streets. For years, she had slept under bridges, in abandoned buildings, and sometimes on benches, her only comfort the sound of music playing from broken phones or old radios she found. Music had been her escape, her way of dreaming beyond the cold nights and the hunger she endured. She had no family to cheer for her, no one to tell her she was enough. Just the voice she carried inside her heart. When she said she would sing "Shallow" by Lady Gaga, the room grew tense. It was a song that demanded raw emotion, a song many professionals had struggled to perform. A hush fell as the opening notes began. The first words left her lips soft and fragile, but within seconds, the audience felt the weight of her soul. Her voice was not polished, but it was powerful, aching with the pain of nights spent alone, layered with the hope of someone desperate to be heard. The more she sang, the stronger she grew, until the notes filled the entire theater like a wave crashing against the silence. By the time she reached the chorus, her eyes were closed, tears streaming down her cheeks. Every word sounded like a plea, not just for herself, but for everyone who had ever felt invisible, abandoned, or forgotten. The audience felt it. Strangers in the seats began crying, clutching their chests, holding the hands of people next to them. Even the judges, seasoned and often skeptical, were visibly shaken. But what made the performance unforgettable wasn't just her voice. It was the story behind it. She had confessed before stepping on stage that she had found an open audition flyer crumpled in the trash. She had no money, no proper clothes, and no idea if anyone would even let her in, but she showed up. She showed up because she believed her voice was her only chance at a different life. As the final note rang out, the entire room rose to its feet. The applause thundered. People cried, some shouted, some simply stood frozen in awe. The judges, unable to hold back their own tears, praised her not only for her performance but for her courage to stand there against all odds. The golden buzzer moment followed. Confetti rained down from above as she dropped to her knees, overwhelmed. For the first time in years, she didn't feel like a girl from the streets. She felt like someone who belonged. Her challenges had been endless: loneliness, rejection, hunger, the constant battle of surviving without a place to call home. But that night, she overcame them all, not by changing her past, but by embracing her pain and turning it into something beautiful. The video of her performance spread across the world within days. People shared it not just for her voice, but for the reminder it gave, that greatness can come from the most unexpected places, and that brokenness does not mean worthlessness. Messages poured in, fans reached out, and organizations offered her opportunities to pursue music and education. Her journey didn't end with that one song, it began there. And her story became more than just about one girl who sang on stage. It became a symbol of resilience, a message of hope for anyone who has ever been told they are less because of where they come from. By the end of her journey, she was no longer remembered as just the girl from the streets. She was remembered as the girl who dared to sing, who made the world cry with her truth, and who proved that even in the darkest places, a voice can rise strong enough to move millions.